Hello, my absolutely beautiful Sagittarian friends, and welcome to your horoscope for March of 2023. We're Sagittarius this month. It is a big month. It's a significant month. We've literally got Pluto moving into the energy of Aquarius, which is going to be a shift for the entire global family. And we've also got Saturn moving into the energy of Pisces. So we're going to really start to pay attention to what's going on in your home and domestic zone. And furthermore, we have got Mars moving out of the energy of Gemini and into Cancer, which means 7 months worth of energy that you've been researching, rebuilding, re-editing, you're re-strategizing. Now you can really move it forward and actualize. So if you're looking to find out what's on the cosmic agenda for you, Sagittarius, in March of 2023, I've got that for you. Now, before we jump in, I've got an absolutely delicious gift for you in the description box down below. My 6-hour Astrology 101 digital course is available for $25 down below. And I really want to offer this to you, not only as a thank you, but also because I want you to have your foundations underneath you as we continue to talk and travel and grow together. When I say this is a cardinal square, we're under an earth trine, I want you to know it. And I want you, at the pace that you need to and can digest it, to breathe in these words, these phrases, how these planets live and move and work through you, and what does this sign mean, and really come to the table and engage the lingo of astrology with me. Whether you want to be an astrologer or you just want your cosmic weather, I want you to have the opportunity to breathe this in and understand it for yourself as well. All right, check that out in the description box down below. All right, Sagittarius, let's get in here. So right at the beginning of the month on the 2nd, we're going to see Mercury move into the energy of Pisces. Now we've got Neptune over here. Saturn's going to be coming over here in just a few days. But as Mercury moves into the energy of Pisces, this lights up your home, family, real estate, property zone. Okay, this is the 4th house, parents, your own foundations, things changing underneath you. Now, Mercury gets into Pisces, and it's not this fast whipping, zipping, analytical, give me the facts and the details kind of information. It doesn't work like that. So the way that you're thinking and communicating, it's not going to be like that. It becomes Piscean. Pisces energy is not fact-based, it's vague-based, right? It's the more vague energy, like everything's everything. It's like, yeah, but we got to go to the bus station, you know? So it's a little bit more vague. So trying to intellectualize Mercury in Pisces and make it just be very mental is not the best use of this energy. Instead, dig in, trust your emotional intelligence, your intuitive intelligence, allow yourself to make and sit with and process and be decisions intuitively. When somebody asks you a question, if you don't feel like you have the answer yet, take a deep breath, drop your shoulders down, and then approach the conversation. Now, remember, the conversation is going to be happening around, the 4th house is also your parents. Sag is something changing with your parents or your family. Are you, advancing out, making some decisions, travel plans, even it is Mercury with your family? Let me know in the comment section down below. Coming into March, do you already know there's something coming up with the property zone? Because I'd be really interested to see where you're going to start to do some of this work. Now, as we get to the 7th, busy and important day, I would suggest if you can take it easy this day or give yourself and others a lot of grace, it would be great. Because one, we've got a full moon happening at 16 degrees of Virgo, okay? Now, the full moon says we need to end something, acknowledge something, or make an adjustment, okay? Now, in the energy of Virgo, it's about making it the best that it can be. It's about getting your priorities in order. It's discerning what needs your attention and what doesn't. It's getting your health in order. It's making sure that this is just the best and the most well that it can be, especially in your day-to-day life. Now, this particular full moon, Sagittarius, lights up your 10th house space. So we're talking the career zone, soul level calling, your reputation in public, your work life, your service life in public, your title. Were you single? Now you're together. You didn't have children, now you do. You were the barista and now you do this job over here, right? Like, what's the title change that you're having to not only deal with on a day-to-day basis, but maybe you've been working towards it And Virgo will help you get the distractions out of the way so that you can achieve here. But you've got to see at an emotional level that the changes do need to be made, and allow Virgo to guide you through that, okay? Now, just an hour later, we're going to see Saturn move into the energy of Pisces, up here where we see Neptune and Mercury. So Saturn rolling into this fourth house zone, first of all, gives us the indicator that Saturn is about taking us to the next level, Sagittarius, okay? Like, it's going to mature us. It wants to see us have mastery in this particular area, right? It can feel heavy, and depending on where you are in the evolution of your lessons, you know, cosmic results may vary. Saturn can feel heavy, restrictive, limiting, scary a little bit, but also Saturn can show you where you're at in your own mastery, right? In the fourth house, what's changing in a very serious way in your domestic zone? You know, do you have a different connection with real estate? Is this Saturn movement taking your parents? Are they moving in with you? They're moving someplace else. It's changing your family dynamic in some way. What's changing in your foundations? But also, Saturn in Pisces speaks to Sagittarius. It's going to crystallize your faith in this particular area of your life, right? Do you have faith that you can have your own home, be psychologically grounded and stable long term on your own? Provide that in your own house, you know, changes in your long-term living situation, what's going on there, the domestic life. These are questions that'll come up, and do you have enough faith in yourself that you can handle these things? But I also like to bring in faith plus trust, because faith is this idea of, oh, I think I can, I believe in myself, right? And I know a lot of people who believe in themselves and they're not doing anything. So it's faith, I believe that I can, and I believe that the universe has got my back no matter what. And then you take action that demonstrates you actually believe that. So the faith and the trust really start to come together for you, and I think you start to make some major changes over this next 4 years with how you're grounded on this planet, okay? When we get to the 16th, we are going to see Venus move into the energy of Taurus. Now, this lights up your 6th house of daily routines, mundane things, and I like Venus in Taurus for you. I really do, because you can just feel good. You can feel good, you can feel pleasureful, you know. You're taking time in your daily routine to pay attention to what you're eating, how you're moving your body, and you're taking care of yourself. Are you moving and exercising in pleasureful ways? Are you taking care of your health in decadent, pleasureful ways? Or is this going sideways and Venus and Taurus and you're just eating, you're consuming, and more and more and more, and you're holding on to weight, and you're holding, and this staunch sense of possessiveness is going on. Venus is trying to attract in a harmony and ease to make the changes that we need to. So in some ways, I also think that this can bring in wonderful relationships into your life at this time, and certainly financial benefit can show up when Venus is in the 6th house as well. If you're a freelancer, you own your own business, or you needed to find a job, or you want a promotion, this is a great energy to work with, Sag, okay? When we get to the 19th, now we're ushering in fellow fire season. On the 19th, we see Mercury move into the energy of Aries. On the 20th, we see the sun heralding in a new season, new Aries season into your chart. And we're also going to see on the 21st that we've got a new moon at 0 degrees of Aries. So it's just right here. It's all pointing to fresh start, fresh energy. Let's move forward. Let's make some decisions. No more just talk. Now it's time to cut through the poo and make some decisions and pioneer. Show up. Be in action. What is authentic about you? How you move, how you work, how you do things, where you want to go, right? These are some really exciting energies. Now, these are going to light up for you your 5th house. So joy, pleasure, play, romance, genuine self-expression, you know. And I think about things like sometimes you're just taking a risk and you go to an open mic night and you share your poetry or you put it out online. Sometimes you're taking a risk by saying, I am making this decision for myself, and it doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. This is where I'm willing to learn right now. And you kind of pioneer that direction, because that's a lot of the Aries energy as well. Is you don't find the me if you're always so concerned about the we. So sometimes you got to make that short-sighted decision, and you're like, I don't love that. But even when we get into our 40s, 50s, 60s, we're still learning about this at some level. Sometimes the window of mistakes is smaller, right? We're less short-sighted. But I want you to think about, where can you constructively act and take a risk that shows you more about you in this particular area, okay? When we get to the 23rd, big day. We've got Pluto moving into the energy of Aquarius. Now, we're really just getting a sneak peek of this from March until June. But I want you to be paying attention, because as Pluto comes into your third house and even gives us this preview of what's going on for you, what's changing, this is a significant change in your empowerment and your ability, Sagittarius, to communicate with the world, to trust your ideas, to speak up, to share with groupings around you, to learn astrology, to make progress, right? But what has to happen is we got to tell the dark, scary truths first in order to get to the freedom, right? So lighting up your third house space, this is how you communicate, the way that you receive information, the way that you disseminate it back, learning, writing a book, fixing your website, your mental health, I do think falls in here as well, because what's coming out of your mouth is usually what's been living in your head. Maybe you want to teach a course, or you want to take a course. I can't imagine between now and 2043 how many astrologers are going to be born under this, under the Pluto Aquarius jet. I cannot even imagine how many of our new astrologers are coming into their season, and it's getting ready to begin right now. But I want to be clear. First of all, Pluto, something has to die so that something else can live. So it can be a very intense transit, but this is also an intense transit for the global family, not just for us privately. Starting March 21st, we're going to have a new series starting in my Patreon group, going more deeply into these transits. So if you want to know more, you want to delve in there with me, I'd love to have you. Click in the description box down below, okay? Now, to close out this month, Sagittarius, we've got Mars moving into the energy of Cancer. I just couldn't be more excited, because 7 months. 7 months. Mars was in Gemini, and we needed it. We needed all of it. Gratitude, all the things, okay? But also 7 months. We were really on hold, having to relearn a lot, get a different strategy together. And now as Mars moves into this Cancer energy, it is ready to move forward. Now, the brilliance of this is that things that you've really been working on, looking at since August of 2022, you can actualize. You can begin to actualize them as we're seeing this energy push forward, right? But the other real benefit, I think, of Mars moving into Cancer is that because Mars has been ready to go for so long, I want you to have this vision, okay? I go to Sweat Lodge, okay? So when we go, we have the stones, and they get heated up, right? The grandfathers are heated, okay, till they're like lava rocks, essentially. And then we pour water on top of that, right? But I want you to hold the vision of taking Mars, and instead of just pouring a little inkling of water that goes up and we pray, you drop Mars into a bucket of water. And what's going to happen with that? That lava rock is going to boil that water, and then we're going to get steam, evaporation, all the things are going to be happening. And what happens in that? First of all, it dissipates some of that heat of that lava rock. So Mars, who is ready to go and has kind of been caged a little bit, right? Now it's slowed down, so you're not so deathly impulsive. Instead, the cooling off in the water allows the evaporation to help you sweat out the impurities of what you're doing. Mars, this is in your 8th house. You're going to be taking some big kid steps, because in the 8th house we deal with death, debt, taxes, fear, sex, reproduction, intimacy, trauma, healing, right? We deal with our greatest gifts that we have to offer. Counseling, detox is something that comes on here, and we need to be able to enter into these states and these stages and the collaborations that come with it very intentionally. I mean, it is an absolutely powerful period moving all the way until May 20th to work with the magic that this Mars cycle has brought in and that Mars in Cancer will bring as well. So lots of healing available for you between now and May, my Sagittarian friends, and I hope you take absolute advantage of it. Let me know in the comment section down below, how's the journey going for you? Where are you at? Let us know so that we can send some community love and support your way for sure, okay? All right, my beautiful Sagittarian friends, I love you a ton and I look forward to seeing you next month. Bye, Sag.